March 2, 1998. It was a crisp morning in Vienna. 10-year-old Natascha Kampusch had just had a minor argument with her mother, a typical morning for any child. She walked out the door, backpack in hand, heading to school. She never arrived. For 3,096 days, Natascha was a ghost. A name on a missing poster that began to fade with time. But while the world was mourning her, Natascha was living a nightmare just 5 feet beneath a suburban garage. Today, we explore the impossible survival of Natascha Kampusch's story of a stolen childhood, a psychological war, and an aura so strong, it couldn't be broken by 8 years of darkness. The abduction was swift. A white van, a sudden grab, and the world went black. Witness accounts mentioned a lone man in a van, but the leads went cold. The police launched one of the largest investigations in Austrian history. They even questioned the man who had her, Wolfgang Priklopil. He was a 35-year-old communications technician. He was polite, his van was clean, and his alibi was simple. He was home alone. The police moved on. They missed the secret entrance under his garage, hidden by a heavy safe. Behind that safe was a soundproof, windowless dungeon. Natascha was there, listening to the footsteps of the world passing by, unaware that she was buried alive. For the first few years, Natascha was never allowed to leave that room. Priklopil was a master of psychological torture. He controlled her food, her light, and her very identity. He told her she was his slave, his property. He manipulated her into believing that her parents had moved on and that the police had stopped looking. But here is where the Femme Aura takes over. Even as a child, Natascha realized that to survive, she had to play a role. She studied his moods. She became his ideal companion while secretly sharpening her mind. She turned her prison into a classroom, reading everything she could find. She wasn't just surviving, she was outsmarting a predator in a house of mirrors. As Natascha grew into a teenager, Priklopil began to grant her small freedoms. She was allowed into the house to cook and clean. They even went on a brief ski trip. This led to one of the most controversial aspects of the case in the USA and Europe. Did she have Stockholm Syndrome? Critics asked why she didn't run sooner. But experts say her behavior was a survival mechanism. She wasn't bonded to him by love. She was bonded by the necessity of staying alive. She knew one wrong move would mean death. She was waiting for the golden moment, the 1 second where his guard would finally drop. August 23, 2006, the mistake finally happened. While vacuuming Priklopil's BMW, the noise of the engine drowned out his surroundings. A phone call distracted him. Natascha saw the gate was unlocked. She didn't think she ran. She sprinted through gardens, begging strangers for help, until she found an elderly neighbor. Took his own life. Natascha was free, but her battle had just moved to a new front, the court of public opinion. Natascha emerged not as a victim, but as a queen of her own narrative. She took the media head-on. She eventually bought the house where she was kept, not to live in it, but to reclaim the space that tried to destroy her. She turned her trauma into a global voice for survivors. Her story teaches us that your inner light is the one thing no kidnapper, no dungeon, and no darkness can ever take from you. Natascha Kampusch didn't just escape a cellar. She conquered her fate. What do you think was the turning point in Natascha's survival? Let's discuss it in the comments. If you're inspired by stories of resilience and the strength of the feminine spirit, subscribe to the Femme Aura. The light always finds a way. Stay resilient.